questions as you need to ask. Ask. Okay, so I'll be introducing the facilitator coming up. I'll just be briefly introducing the facilitator coming up. So, I'm going to share my screen. Kindly confirm you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Just give a reaction. Um, just react. Can you see my screen? Okay. Okay, so I can see yes, I can see yes, I can see yes. So today we are going to be covering effective portfolio management for a data analyst. And we have a very interesting and wonderful facilitator in our midst in presence of Esther. Esther will be facilitating today's session. So as a data analyst, it's very important to have a portfolio. I'll leave that to Esther to do justice on this topic. But before we do that, who is Esther Onyekan? So she's very, she's a big lady, as I would call it. She has a year plus experience as a data analyst with real estate and FMCG companies. She's the founder of Data Click Educational Hub. I don't know if you've heard of it. Can check them out. She has a first class. She's a first class graduate of computer science as well, and she has trained over 2,000 participants on Excel, Power BI, and SQL. And she kept her hobbies if you're interested in that as well. So, and Esther was one of the beneficiaries of the first Corper workshop. So she has a lot in store for us and a lot to tell us in today's session. So, without wasting further time, let me drop the mic onto Esther. Hi, Esther. Are you here with us?
Yes, I Joseph. I
I
don't know where you see the big lady you're talking about. Oh.
see you. It's not easy, no. It's not easy. Okay, so are you ready to share your screen?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know when you start seeing my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Esther, we can see you.
Hello. All right. Thank you, Mr. Wale. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, good day, from wherever we are joining from. Okay, we are coppers, then we are in Nigeria. Sorry. Good afternoon once again. My name is Esther Yeneko, as Joseph has introduced me. Today I'll be covering the topic, which is very essential to everyone in data analysis. Effective portfolio management for data analysts. So our agenda for today, please, when if my screen is lagging or you can't hear me clearly, Joseph, please kindly let me know because I'm sharing my full screen. I won't be able to see people raising their hand and all. So our agenda for today, there will be a brief introduction into what the topic is all about. We'll talk about what is a data analyst portfolio, benefits of portfolio management, components of a data analyst portfolio, tools for portfolio management, and there will be a session for question and answer. If you have any question, please pen it down till when we get to that point. So I'll be able to take all questions. So my favorite quote goes that without data, you're just another person with an opinion. Yes. If I'm arguing with people, I like people pulling up data, like Google it, tell me where you found this from. So for you to back up your argument or anything. So data is very essential in our day-to-day activities. Well, I've been introduced to everyone. I have experience within the prop tech and FMCG, data click, and all. And I was also part of analysis Corper workshop last year, which was 1.0. So I believe my story will be able to like ginger you guys to like at least take this program very very serious. I can tell you that guys that I actually got my first job with prop tech within this community, within this analysis corporate workshop community. Like within 1 week or 2 weeks, I finished my service that I did my POP. I got a job like within 1 week or 2 weeks of that time. I can't really remember, but it was not up to a month. So this community is one community that it is very, very dear to my heart. So if you are here for the money, you are going to get it as well. So introduction to our topic, which is effective portfolio management for data analysts. Effective portfolio management is essential for data analysts to showcase their skills, experience, and accomplishments in a structured way. What this means is that when you have your portfolio is for you to showcase your skills, your experience, and things that you've done in the past. When as people just coming in into data analysis, you don't have a work experience yet. The only thing you can present to your HR or a recruiter is your portfolio, so that they can know that, oh yeah, this person can actually really do this, what he or she has said he or she can do on their CV. Because we have so many people that they just write everything on their CV, whereas they don't have a work to show it that, oh, I can actually really do this. So your portfolio is just like a backup for your CV to show your technical skills and things that you can actually do in a structured way, so that you can show the overview of everything. Also, in the highly competitive field of data analysis, having a well curated portfolio can significantly increase your chance of landing your dream job or freelance opportunities. Like I said before, when you have your portfolio built, and you have it linked to either your CV or your LinkedIn page, people can actually just come across your portfolio and be like, wow, this person has done a great job and a lot of things. You don't even have to apply for this job sometimes. They come as reference. They come as, when people see what you have been doing in the past, they just like reach out to you, because they always see you work or do things that has to do with data analysis. They just reach out to you. Saeed, we have a job for you. Are you interested? Yes, if you are interested or available, you take up the job. This is because they see your portfolio that is backing up as an evidence that yes, you can actually do this thing. You don't have to explain. As long as they are seeing an evidence, that is what your portfolio is. So you don't have to do any explanation for the recruiter. We will discuss, so things among the things that we'll be doing today is we'll be discussing the key components of a data analyst portfolio, the strategies you need for selecting and showcasing projects. You can't just put any out project on your portfolio. That's another thing again. So we'll be talking about the strategies for selecting and showcasing projects and tips for personal branding. If you have a good portfolio, you also have to do your personal branding. Everyone is a brand. You yourself, you are a brand. Apart from the company you are working for, that is a brand. You yourself, you are a brand. What do you want people to know you for? When people hear your name, what do you want people to think about? So that is your personal branding. You also have to like work on yourself. So what is a data analyst portfolio? A data analyst portfolio is a carefully curated collection of your professional work, including projects, reports, visualization, and more, designed to showcase your skills and expertise in data analysis, like I've said before. Your portfolio acts as a tangible representation of your abilities and accomplishments, allowing potential employers or clients, that is for freelancing. So if you're a freelancer, you call the people you're working for your clients, to assess your capability and suitability for their needs. Like I said before, this is like an evidence for them to know that yes, you can actually do this job. And what are the benefits of portfolio management? There are several benefits. Just like I just limit to these three: improved job prospect and career advancement. I'm assuring you that you have a portfolio, you have a higher chance of getting a job faster than someone who doesn't have a portfolio. So because when you have a portfolio, it shows that you've been working, like you've been doing series of projects to improve yourself, to upskill yourself. So this gives you an advancement over someone who just keeps saying, oh, I'm into data analysis, and they don't have any evidence to back it up. Enhance credibility among trust, enhance enhance credibility and trust among employers and employee. Like I've said before, like when they see your project, when they are doing interview for you, and you say, oh, I can do SQL, I can do Excel, I can do Power BI, and there's no an evidence for them to say that, oh, sure, this person can actually do this thing, because there are a lot of people that usually put what they are not on their CV. So this portfolio is like a credibility that makes employers know that yes, this person can actually do this. Evidence also, it is an evidence of your ability to tackle real world data analysis challenges. Yeah, your portfolio, all your projects that you've been working on, they are more like a real world data. They might be dummy, but they are also like a real world challenge. So the employers can see that yes, this person can actually work in a real life, on a real life project, like for you to show what you have done during your analysis. What are the components of a data analyst portfolio? Your portfolio, what are the things that you actually have to put in it for them to know that yes, this is a good start for a standard portfolio? Number one, your projects. Your projects provide concrete examples of your skills and accomplishments. They can include data visualization, reports, and code samples. Example of projects could be a comprehensive analysis of customer churn for retail company, including data visualizations and actionable insights. When you finish your analysis, what are the insights that you got from that analysis? Your analysis is not just about you building your beautiful dashboard or your colorful dashboard. What are the insights that you actually got from your analysis that you just finished? What are the recommendations that you are going to give the stakeholders or the business as a whole? That is one of the main job of a data analyst. You are there to help their business. So even though you are working on a dummy data, you still have to like act as a real life data analyst. You have to give your insights, your actionable insights, your recommendations, and off to that business that you just did an analysis for. In your portfolio, you also highlight your skills and tools. Highlight the specific tools and technologies you are proficient in, such as Excel, SQL, or data visualization tools like Power BI. Also, your certifications, in case you are certified, you can also put it there on your portfolio to show that yeah, I'm a certified data analyst. So what are the methods and ways of selecting and showcasing projects? When selecting projects, consider you have to consider their relevance to your career goals, the skills they demonstrate, and their potential to impress your target audience. When you're a data analyst, you have to like, okay, I'm actually interested in working in the finance world, or I'm interested in working in FMCG, or I'm interested in working with marketing firm and all. So these are the type of project that you target yourself towards. You don't just keep doing any type of project randomly. If I'm a finance company and I want to like employ you, and I come to your portfolio and I see that what you're actually doing does not really tally with what we are doing in our company, I might be like, can this person really solve our problem? But if I see that your projects are targeted towards finance company, I was like, okay, this person already has an idea of what our world is already about. So there are some people that might want to like work with the health sector, and also you should like choose your project based on the industry that you are targeting yourself in to work for. So you can always look for data sets that speaks to those industry online. So you target yourself to your audience. Also, to showcase projects effectively, provide context. describe your role and contribution, and include visual elements such as graph, chart, or interactive dashboard. After choosing your target audience, that is the industry you really want your project to be speaking for, you should actually describe your project as a whole. Give an overview. What was the problem you were trying to solve with this project? What is the problem that I was trying to solve? Highlight them out. Let them know that, okay, I was trying to solve this problem. So this is the solution I came up with, or this was what I got from my analysis. You can actually represent all this with graphs, charts, and interactive dashboard. And don't forget to always give your recommendation, because after finding a problem for it, like you finally find out that, okay, this is the problem of this particular company through the data they gave to you. This is where their issue is coming from. You have to always have a recommendation or an actionable insight that you want the company to work towards, what you want them to do. You have to advise the stakeholder what they should do to better their business. And also, when presenting a project, include the, like I just, like I've talked about it, when presenting a project, include a brief overview of the problem, your approach, the key findings, and a link to an interactive dashboard for further exploration. This was something that I was also um, guilty of before. When I want to put a project in my portfolio, I just do a screenshot of the dashboard and put the screenshot of that dashboard as a picture or anything, and just put it on my portfolio. But later I got to find out that you can actually link your Power BI or Tableau or Excel to that to your portfolio, so that when your potential employer comes, when they click on your project, it can actually take them to somewhere where they can actually interact with this your project, so they can actually go deeper into any analysis you have done. So this helps them to like further prove your skills as a data analyst. Now we'll be talking about tools for portfolio management. There are various tools and platforms available to help you create and host your data analysis portfolio. E.g., we have Wix. This is what Wix looks like. We have Google Sites, we have Linktree or GitHub page. All these tools that I've listed there, they are actually, I'll call them a low code tool, because they can help you build your website without you having to write HTML or CSS if you don't have any knowledge of coding. It's just by you like putting in the words, what you want it to be like, and you linking your project to a live link or wherever it is you put your project. We might have to like do one or two practical to see how you can actually do this. Also, I spoke about personal branding. Sorry, I spoke about personal branding. So what personal branding actually is all about is, like I said before, it is when people hear your name, what do you want them to see, to know you as? For example, now on your LinkedIn page, what is the thing you talk about mostly? You always have to have something you're always talking about. Do you want to be talking about climate change, or do you want to be talking about the effects fluctuation in the economy, or you always want to talk about data analysis, or you want to be a trainer on the timeline? You don't actually have to come to the class before you train someone. Anything you learn on your own, you can always come online on LinkedIn or Twitter to just like put it out there. Today I learned so and so. You can actually create a Medium blog as well. A Medium also works as a portfolio tool. You can always come there, document your project. You can also link it to your portfolio website in case you have a Medium blog as well. So people just come in there to like, oh, see how you actually did your project, for you to like document your project. I'm going to be showing us one of my friends' portfolio, what it actually looks like. Joseph, am I still audible?
Yes, you are, Esther. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Also, I'll be showing one of my friends' portfolio what it looked like. So this particular person actually used a Google site. So I'll actually be taking us out to do our portfolio in Google site as well. So he used a Google site. So this is like a website. This is not actually about anything writing a this is not he does not have to write any HTML or CSS for him to actually get all this in place. So if I come here, I can actually go to his CV or view his project. Also, you can see he highlighted his skills, the things he can actually do, data visualization, database management, and all tool software and things he can actually do. And again, he also linked his social media pages there: Facebook, GitHub, LinkedIn, Twitter. Or in case I just came across this link, I'll be able to see everything this person is all about. So your portfolio is just a website where everything that you are as a professional person, it is there. I can come to his portfolio now. He has a blog, that is, he writes Medium articles. I can see his project. Let's see an overview of his project, what it is like. So this is one of his projects. Like I said, you have to like create an overview, a context. You have to give a context to what your project is all about. So it gave an overview of what the project is actually all about. Also, this was also linked like an interactive dashboard. I can always click on that and it's going to direct me to where I can actually interact with this dashboard. This is coming up, so you can see by just clicking that link, I'm taken to Power BI, where I can actually interact with this particular project. So this is an overview. I can click on the overview to see what the project is all about without me even having to like send the recruiter or the person going through this my Power BI file. They can always interact with my dashboard. Okay, can come to here. I want to see what is happening in 2020 to 22 and see what this person's project is all about. Okay, 2022, 23, and I can come to manager. This is an example of an interactive dashboard that is linked to your portfolio. So this is what a good portfolio should actually entail. It should show all your projects and overview, and also you linking it to an interactive dashboard. Also, you have to put your contact info if you want people to like contact you after seeing your portfolio and all. So they can always come to your mail or send you an email to let you know, oh, I will have a job for you, or come to your Twitter or your LinkedIn to see further what you are all about. So let's do a, a brief practical to see how this works. Everyone who has a Gmail account definitely have access to Google Sites. So I can just come to just type site. So it's going to come up as site.google.com. There's always a template. If it is anything you want to do, you can just click a template and go ahead. Okay, let me do portfolio in case I don't want to start from scratch, because I can always come here to click on blank to start from scratch. Okay, this is it. You also come here, type I am estoy en el row internet.
Hi, Esther. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm back. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Please, where did you lose me?
Where you said internet. So you are showing this, so you can just continue from this.
Okay. So I can just say Nigeria. I can actually replace this picture. I can just come replace picture, upload, go to my wherever my picture is, click on this. If that is the picture I have that I want to use. Okay, that was not supported. Upload. So you always just come there, put any picture or your picture, selected work. You can change it to my projects. My projects. Um,
Hello?
depending on the type of project you want to stay. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a delay. So you may want to just turn off your network and probably retry it again. So there's a delay, a slight lag.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so she's currently sorting that out. She's currently sorting our network issues out, but she'll be back. Is just the country we have ourselves in, but she'll be back shortly. But hope we're enjoying the session so far. Well, hope we're enjoying the session so far. If you have questions, there the Q&A section. Kindly start typing your question out in the Q&A section. We will look into those questions before the session round up as well. So kindly, there's a Q. Can you see the Q&A section of the? Okay, the name of the site is Google Sites. So there's something called Google Sites. So Google Sites, I'll drop the link in the chat so we can go through that as well. I'll drop the link shortly. Let me just click on.
Hi, Joseph. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'll share my screen now.
Okay. I'll drop the link in the chat. So yeah. Okay, so go ahead, Esther. So just continue from here.
Okay. So, this is an example. This is showing that I need to bring in a picture of a screenshot of my project. I can just like upload the picture, just put something there, trying to create. Sure. Okay, and do this. We can put that there. I want it to fit in. So what is the name of the project? I can just say financial project. Then enter. So from here, I can give an overview of the project. I can then come to this picture and embed a link. So when I click on this, on this picture, I can just come to this embedded and look for a link to it. Let me just, for example, let's use this one that we have here already. Can just put it there and put Ctrl V. Says invalid. Let's just try and do something else actually. Um, just doing this as an example. You can always embed the link that you have your project for. Sorry, I'm just from my own project to actually find a link for you. Go to my Corper service. So currently what I'm doing is I'm publishing this particular one to the um service, Power BI service. That's it. So I can now come to share. So let's try for free for now. Copy the link. Mm, All right. So should be looking.
Hi Esther, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
So yeah, so I'll just drop a report I played around with in the chat, so you can
Okay.
just use that.
Keep the link. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Fine. So I can just insert.
Okay, so I maybe it's from my end. Can you stop sharing and reshare again? It's like your screen is stuck at Power BI. So
Okay. Okay. Let me do that.
oh, sorry. Apparently it was from my end. But you can share again. Sorry.
Okay. So can you see
Okay.
my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. So I come on embedded, drop the link. Then I can like insert it. I always resize it if it is too big. Could I just size it? And that I can also come here to just go to my email, get in touch with me at my email. So this is just an overview of how you can actually create your portfolio using Google Sites. So this is just an overview. You can also do pages in case you want it linked. So for your home page, for your about page, you can always add another page called maybe my CV and do done. So I want to add sub page. So you can add sub page, other page, and just call it maybe my CV and then do done. So when I'm at home, I can always come here and click on my about, then I'll see a drop down. I can just click on my CV and it will take me to another page. If you want that, if you want a page inside your Google site, so I can also go back to click on home as well. After designing your after designing your portfolio the way you actually want it to be, I can just come here and do publish. If I want to do custom domain, that is maybe you want to do www.estorynecon.com, you don't want it to carry site.google, just because right now it's going to be still be carrying site.google, but you don't want it to carry site.google and you have a custom domain, you can always buy a domain from the likes of GoDaddy, Namecheap, and all for a unique that. So you can always come here and just click on custom domain and add your custom domain to it. You can say you don't want certain this to display your website. I don't want it because this is just an example. So I can just say, okay, publish. So it's going to be publishing. So my site has been published successfully. So I can just go view it. So now this is like my personal website. This website is for me. You can see site.google. It's kind site.google because I didn't link it to a unique domain. So I can actually share this link to people and they will actually see it, and it functions just exactly the way our website, every website function. I can come on here and also click on this Power BI project, which will take me straight to the project. I can come here and click on about. This is my about page and my CV, just because I didn't put anything here. So that is why it is currently blank. So this is one way of building your portfolio, which we actually have several ways that you can actually do that. If you see that site the Google is not working for you, you can also use Wix, you can use GitHub pages, you can use Linktree as well. These are usually like local too. You don't have to actually write any code. You can see that I built a website without me having to do any HTML or CSS, just for me to like build on what it's already available, as simple as that. Hmm. So if we have any question, we can start asking now. Like I said before, your portfolio is like an overview of who you are, what you are, and what you can do. You can also always watch YouTube videos on how to build these um portfolios. In case you actually didn't get a hold of how I went through it, can just come like how to build websites with um portfolio using Google Sites. You see tons of ways like tutorials on how to go about this. Anyone you want to build, you always see a tutorial. Anything you want to do, you can always come to Google. You always see a tutorial on how to go about it. If you have any question, it's time for me to take questions now. So I hope I've
Uh,
been able to communicate and pass on some knowledge.
Hi, Esther. Amazing session once again. So please let's give a
Thank
virtual
you.
round of applause for that amazing session once again. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you. We know you're a busy person, but thank you for being with us today. So yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of questions. There are sure a lot of questions. One thing that stood out for me was that without your CV, without your portfolio site, a lot of the times all you do is you you explain tire, you won't have any evidence. So, that's one key thing that stood out for me. So um so questions. So I know some people will be thinking, okay, you mentioned during your session that that we should have portfolios, or our dashboard should speak to certain arms of business. So the question, which I think somebody asked that question, but I'm just rephrasing that question. So are you saying that people should be targeting projects in the sense of, oh, they should have a project for healthcare, they should have a project for finance, or depending on what they want to do, or if they don't mind the field, they would like to venture into data analysis, should they just do any of them and ensure they have each and every one of them on their portfolio, or they should be more specific into the field they want to do? And also one point I want to raise is that a lot of times some people claim that there are no they don't normally see data analyst job on public CVs, but that's a big fallacy because the reason why I would say that is sometimes they won't even specifically type the word data analyst. There's
Data
something we call
analyst. Yeah.
research analyst. There's even operation analyst, there's business analyst, there's business intelligence analyst. There's a whole lot of analysts. Who is a data analyst? A data analyst is somebody that analyzes data. Data can be in different forms, different ways that data can exist. So yes. So let me give Esther the floor to answer those questions while I read some other questions in the chat.
Okay, thank you. I'm very sure that we usually hear that you shouldn't use one particular CV to apply for multiple jobs. I don't want to apply for job as an health analyst and still using the same CV to apply for job as a sales analyst. There's not correlation between sales and health. So that is why I said we should actually have various projects to target the type of job we actually want to do. Like Joseph has said, there's really no most of the time these people don't put the job out there as data analyst. They don't really use the word data analyst. You can see sales analyst, marketing analyst, health analyst. All you are still analyzing is a data, but speaking to a specific domain. Every data is speaking to a particular domain. Data is not just random. We have finance data, we have sales data, we have health data. If you are working on a COVID project, I would say that is actually speaking more to health data and all. So that is why I actually made the point that if you have a particular domain that you actually really want to work in, I will advise you to actually probably put more strength into working with projects that relates with that domain. But if you actually don't mind, I'll still advise you to like at least have a project speaking to each and every domain that okay you might actually want to work in. Most of the time to work as a health analyst you usually have to have a background in health. So in case you actually don't have a background in health and you want to go into the health analysis, you might want to like read up what health industry is all about and all. So that's why I actually made the point that you should try as much as possible to be specific in the type of project you are trying to work on. Joseph, have I been able to answer this person's question?
Yeah. So wonderful answer, Esther. So I can hear an echo.
Thank
Probably
you.
you should address that. Wonderful answer, Esther. So I like your point very well. And one thing you need to know, as you are working on different projects, you are gaining something we call, Esther mentioned, domain knowledge. So you are gaining knowledge when you are working on each project. When you are working on a finance project, you get across finance terms. If you don't understand that terms well, you won't be able to interpret the results very well, very well. So that's why it's important, as much as they're analyzing the data, you get familiar with those terms as well. So let me read other questions in the chat. I can see okay, help us share the link so that they can do this all over again. So you can, maybe you may want to drop that little demo you did in the chat. Please, uh, okay, how did I get the link again for each project I uploaded? Can you do that again? So because of that time, we have the recording to go through that. So you can go through that again. But because of our time, maybe not now, but you have the recording, you can go through that again. So I would like to ask if the portfolio can be edited or updated after publishing the site online. Esther, can the portfolio be edited or updated after publishing it online?
Yes, it is always nice to always update your portfolio. Sorry, I forgot to mention that it is good to always update your portfolio because your skill is changing. You are not static, you are not stagnant. Every time you are better than the person you were yesterday. So if there's a new skill you have added to your to your skill bag, let me say that, and you want to showcase it on your portfolio, you can always go back to or edit your portfolio. Yes, it's something you can always do. After publishing online, you can always edit your portfolio. You can always make an edit.
Okay. Uh, okay. So thank you for the wonderful session. I want to ask how to share the portfolio to recruiters. Is it through my CV or as a separate file? So somebody asked that question.
Okay. You can always link your CV, like your portfolio, through your CV. Actually, there's a way to embed the link into your CV. Let me quickly do an example. Do we have time for me to quickly do an example for
Mm,
that, Joseph?
well, you can if it will be quick, but you can just show how that will be done, so they can copy the link,
Okay.
right? So
Yes, yes, they can. I'm just going to quickly do that. I'm sharing my screen right now. Let me look for one of my CV. And see how to do that. Let me just use this person's. No, I want to open it with. I want to open it with Word so you can see it. Okay, so this is this person's CV. I can just come here and type the word portfolio. Yeah, so I just highlight this particular word, right click and click on link if I have a link to add. So I can just come back here to this place and hold on. I think I closed the quick one. I just um okay, let me open it back. I don't want to edit it. I actually want to view it. Sorry, that was taking time. Thinking. Okay, this is it. So I can just copy my link right now. That is the link to my portfolio. I just come back to this place and put in the link here and do okay. So this is an highlight to let the recruiter know that. So I can just control click this and it will go straight to my portfolio. You can see that. So you can always embed your portfolio to your link when you are sharing your CV, because it's not all the projects that you've worked on that you want to put on your CV. It's not all the projects. I'm very sure it's not possible for you to put all the projects you've worked on your to fit into your CV or to even talk about it extensively on your CV. So you can always link your portfolio to your CV. Thank
okay,
you.
okay. So can you drop? Somebody asked, can you drop this link of this in the chat? So can you drop it in the chat
Link of what?
of the portfolio that you created? Can you drop it in the chat?
The one I just created now. Okay,
Yes.
let me just drop the link. Okay. There's really nothing you want to do with it, but I just dropped the link. You can always go there.
Yeah, somebody asked that, so so let the
I've
person
dropped it.
explore. Okay, so somebody asked, so sorry, I know there are people raising their hands. Please, if yeah, we will get to you, but I just want to address the questions in the chat, then we'll conclude from the virtual session, virtual question, or the people that will speak, then we wrap up the session. So I can see a question in my on my phone. Somebody said, okay, without having a knowledge of coding, will it be a challenge of becoming a data analyst? That's the first question. The second question, you mean as a data analyst, is it advisable to focus on a specific field and don't merge either focusing on finance analysis or health, etc.? That was the question the person said. So those are his two questions, or is or let me see. Yeah,
All
his
right,
two.
thank you. So as a data analyst, you don't really have to know much of coding. It depends on where you want to, your company or where you are working. A data analyst is mostly working with Excel, SQL, and Power BI or Tableau. It's only when you're advancing That's when you are trying to know Python or R. So as a beginner, it's not really necessary for you to know coding. And also, do you have to focus on a specific field or merge finance analysis or health analysis? So as an entry level, I wouldn't really want to say you should focus on one place so you don't limit yourself of opportunities. Because like you also, I actually studied computer science and I later end up working with the real estate firm and currently working with FMCG. So you just have to like broaden your knowledge. So that's why I said, but in case you actually have a background in maybe business or sales and you feel okay, I already have a you already have experience or a background in a particular field or domain, you can always incorporate data analysis into that field. But as an entry level person, I would advise you to like cast your feed net out into the ocean, get as many fish as you can. So you can always like focus on doing project that speaks to almost the fields that you are interested in. So when you want to apply for that particular job, you share a CV that speaks to that particular field. You don't want to apply for a job that is a health job and you are bringing in sales CV. I hope you understand that.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Esther. Okay, so just a addition. So you answered that brilliantly, very, very brilliantly as expected. So for the person that asked, we they have to learn have knowledge of coding. We do have knowledge of coding. So Esther rightfully answered that. Well, it's not really that necessary. But one thing you need to know is coding itself is not even that. I wouldn't say, well, it's difficult to some extent. But one thing you need to understand is logic. The moment you understand how, just take it as simple as Excel. Once you even know how formulas, when you start understanding how formulas work, you can then go on to start thinking of, oh, beyond formulas, should I go on? And trust me, as a data analyst, ideally, yeah, it's not expected you should be probably writing codes that a software engineers is doing. No, but it's just important you understand logic, how things work. That's my own addition on that. And Esther answered the second question adequately as well. So right now, just be letting the people that their hands are raised quickly talk. I'll be bringing on some speakers while I read other questions in the chat as well. And I'll let you know when to answer that. So, hi Oluwasegun. So please come up. Hi Oluwasegun, can you hear us? Okay, so I guess it's unavailable as at now. So let me bring up somebody to speak. So please, when I call you to speak, please unmute your mic and quickly speak. So hi Adeleke. So hi Adeleke, you can unmute your mic. You can unmute your mic now. So um
Good afternoon, everybody.
good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for your session, Esther. We're really grateful. It's very, very interesting. So I want to ask about it's actually related to the question being asked earlier, moving from one industry or from one domain to another. For instance, I've been trying to move to climate change, or let me say atmospheric science that talks about weather, meteorology. In a couple of data sets on cargo one time like that. I've seen some I've seen some data type in their data sets, but at the same time, it's difficult for me to get what is really needed to be done with that data set in the sense that the type of questions, or let me say the type of problem to be solved. So moving to that niche and trying to solve the problems that are peculiar to them and getting the right problems to solve has been a bit difficult. I can now get that. I've messaged a couple of people on LinkedIn that I believe they are probably working in that sector, but I am yet to get the response. So when moving to other niche or other industry, how do one get to ask on solve problems that are really peculiar too, so that you don't just work with data anyhow, but you are solving the problem that is peculiar to them? Can you hear me?
Yes, I heard you. Esther.
Okay. So to your question, I want to what you are saying is how to, when you are working on your personal project, how to come up with questions that has to do with solving the problem of the particular data set you are working with, right?
Yes.
All right. So most data sets actually usually come with data dictionary for you to understand the data. But in case you actually don't have that, there is chat gpt, there is bard, there's bing. Make these ai tools your friend, like let them be your best friend. You can just copy the first 10 rows of that data and put it into chat gpt, like as a data analyst, I want you to solve I want you to come up with questions regarding this data, things I can actually, the problems I can solve with this data. It's a challenge that I know that I personally have faced as well. So you can put it into chat gpt, just ask it, how can I, what can I use this data to do, what problems can I solve with this data. Just like copy the first 10 lines or the 5 lines, because I believe your data might be very, very large and ChatGPT might not be able to take everything. Trust me, ChatGPT will come up with things you can actually do with that particular data.
Okay. So wonderful answer again, Esther. Wonderful answer. So for those who may, well, I believe a lot of us should be well known on what ChatGPT is. ChatGPT is an AI tool available by OpenAI. So there are a lot of AI tools out there. So right now we are in the golden age of learning anything. As learning anything right now is as easy as just a click of a button, because AI has a wealth of knowledge that we can tap in. There's ChatGPT, there's Bard, there's Google Bard, there's Bing AI for Microsoft as well. So you can leverage AI, like Esther have said. Also, if you've done a thorough research on the domain, some certain terminologies, like there was a time I had to work on a finance related project. I wasn't initially a finance person, but because I've done some background research, there are some terms I got familiar with. Oh, I understood this, I understood that, I understood this, and that's what sort of helps. So one thing that we need to know as a data analyst, one key skill which is key is research. Research is a very, very key skill for as a data analyst, and that's where AI has come to help make research shorter, not replace research, but it has come to help make research shorter. So thank you very much, Esther. Thank you very much for that insightful question. Somebody else said they had that question. I hope it has been answered, Adeleke. Hello?
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've got my answer.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so more questions from people. I have Mubarak. Uh, so hi Mubarak. So please quickly state your question. So the moment I'm done with the last two, I'll read the questions from the chat. So hi Mubarak, you can
Good,
unmute your mic.
good afternoon.
Good
Can you hear me?
afternoon.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you very much for this session. Esther Yenekon, and you too. I really appreciate. Though she has answered the question I wanted to ask, she really did well. I really appreciate. Thank you very much, ma. I really appreciate it. May God be with you in whatever you are doing. She answered.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma. Thank you, sir, too.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Okay, so let's have someone come up. Okay. Hi. Okay, so I'm making this person the speaker. Hi, Akimbami. Oh, sorry.
Yes, good
Can you?
afternoon. Yes,
Good
I
afternoon.
can.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. My question is, I'm sorry, is it that every organization will only give our data to a data analyst and request for what the organization wants for him to do? Or how is it done? Is it that they will just present data to us and just like what Mr. Dewale did with the data, he knew what exactly to do with the data from the superstore, and he had to convert it to pivot table and do an excellent dashboard on it. So how was he able to go through that, or what exactly does an organization want from a data analyst? Thank you.
All right, Akimbami. It's still like we've answered this question as well, but I will speak to it directly. Some organization will actually will tell you the problems they are facing, what they are actually expecting you to derive from this data they are giving to you. So while some organization they don't even know what they want to do with the data, they just have the data and they don't know what to do about it. Like Joseph has said, one of the key tool or knowledge or skill that you have to have as a data analyst is your research tool. This is now when maybe you now have to collaborate with everybody in that organization, with other departments, for you to know what is happening and how to come up with the questions that you seem you can actually answer with the data given to you. It is not every organization that will give you what they actually want you to do with data. Some of them just have the data and they don't know what to do with it, but they feel a data analyst, what you really are, you are a problem solver to your organization. That's one of the major role of a data analyst. You are there to help them solve their business problem using data. So they might give you what they actually want to do. They might tell you, oh, hi Esther, I'm trying to know how our sales has been in the last 4 years. Okay, yes, you know that, yes, I'm trying to do a time analysis or a trend analysis of what our sales for this company has been like in the past 4 years, or they want to derive some key metrics for how their products are doing in the market and at. So they might give you all these questions. Why sometimes even the owner of the data, the business owner, the stakeholder themselves, they actually really don't know what they can actually do with this data. That is now when you have, as a data analyst, apart from research skill, you have to be a critical thinker. A critical thinker. You have to like think critically, analytically. You have to like then come up with things you can actually help them to solve with as a data analyst using the business data. Do you
Hmm.
get?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And my second
Welcome.
question is, can you please drop the link to your friend's portfolio for access?
Uh, I'll go and ask for my friend first. Then
Okay.
if you want me to share it, I'll share with Joseph.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so insightful answer again. So we just have one person left that want to ask a question. Let me see. Okay, so I'll be bringing him. Hi, Musa. So I'll be making you a presenter. So kindly ask a question. Musa, do you have a question for us?
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Actually, you have already answered my question about the link, about how to connect the link to my listing. So you have
Okay.
already answered the questions.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So
Okay.
so I'll
And
just
for
be
the and I have something to say for the other person that is asking for the link to her friend listing. If you search him on the LinkedIn, he has the portfolio something on his bio, so you can just click on it if you want to have access to it. Thank you.
okay. Okay, thank you. So research is showing his research skills. Well done, Musa. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to make you an attendant. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Thank you for the insightful question. So somebody asked a question. So as a junior analyst, still learning, Can you get a job with just having knowledge in Excel, SQL, and Power BI? So if I have to answer that question, as a junior analyst, like you stated, even having these three skills is a lot. You can, if you know what you are doing, if you know how to get your portfolio right, like she's saying, if you know how to also building profile is also something very, very important. Building your profile as a data analyst, you get more connections as well. Getting a job is quite easy, even with one thing that I was even told when I was just beginning my data journey is do not be in, do not necessarily be in a haste to master them all. The truth is you most likely will not even master them all, to be honest, because these tools keep on updating. They keep on. Power BI update, Excel updates every month, Power BI updates monthly to SQL updates to some instance, like the database updates. So these tools keep on updating. The potential that you can do with these tools keep on updating. One thing to know as a data analyst is not just the tools. It's not just about the tools. The tools. You see people say they are data analysts. They use SPSS. They use Looker. They use Tableau. That doesn't make you any less from them if you are using Excel. If you are using SQL. If you are using Power BI, it doesn't make you less from them. But like Esther has rightfully stated, can you solve a business problem with what you know? So that's the right answer. So if you are looking for a job, the question you should ask yourself, can you solve a business problem with the skills I know? If yes, just build your profile, build your portfolio, and like Esther said, she got a job even before she was done serving. Very, very easy for her. So Esther, I know we are rounding up, but I just want you to share one last experience with us before we call it a day. One last experience with us before you call it a day. I know you mentioned you got a job before service. I know a lot of us were interested into that. So what key thing or what key tip would you give to people? Because I think you did an interview right there. What were the key things they were looking out for from you? Where, was it your grades? Was it your portfolio? Was it your just a tip for everyone here? And I know they are thinking of that as well too. Some people are rounding up with the service, some are just probably beginning the service. They are thinking of how to get a job after service. So what key tip would you give to them?
Okay. One tip I'll actually give and something I'll say that actually helped me land my first job easily was networking and being in the right in the right community. When you're in the community, it's very easy for you to like get your job. Don't work in isolation. I was when I started my data analysis job, like I said, I studied computer science, so it's something I've been doing right from school. But then I really don't know what I was really doing until I joined community and started putting myself out there. Before I wasn't even putting myself out there. I was just doing my projects and everything, keeping them on my laptop. But when I started putting myself out there, I was seeing that, oh, I can actually do this. I can be more better. I started getting feedback from my peers and from people that are senior colleagues as well. So always put yourself out there. That's one thing I'm going to share with you. Build in public. Don't just work on your project and keep it on your laptop. Share with people. Let people see your journey. Most of the time, like I said, the jobs I actually have gotten, my two data analyst job I've gotten right now, I didn't even apply. The ones I applied for is always we are sorry. But the ones that they actually came from me actually just putting myself out there. They are the ones that are actually always easy for me to actually get in this our ecosystem. Referrals and word of mouth actually do more than even your skills. You might know everything in this world, but if you don't put yourself out there, people might not even know what you are doing inside your room.
Oh, okay. So
Joseph.
So thank you very much for that answer. So I think I was thinking you would give this particular answer, and that leads me to stating how many of us have shared our dashboard on LinkedIn, how many of us have shared our dashboard on Twitter. This is one thing Esther said helped her. Community. Are you in any data community? Do you have people checking out your work? These are simple things. Trust me, a word from somebody, you don't know who, you don't know when, you don't know where. A word from somebody can get you into places. Though it's important you be very, very skilled, because the truth is nobody will keep their word out for somebody who is not skilled at what they are doing. So as much as possible, be skilled, but also share your journey, share your learning experience. Thank you very much for your time, Esther. Thank you very much for the amazing session. Um, thank you very much for the amazing session. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
the amazing
Joseph.
session.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone, for
thank you.
having me. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So let's have an amazing week ahead of us. So please remember, I'll share Esther's profile. You can follow her as well. So please don't forget to, for those of you that are yet to complete your Excel dashboard, complete it. We've seen how to open Google Sites. Somebody asked a question earlier of how they can link their Excel for Excel. Okay, so for Excel, you can even